I be getting to the money. Everybody mad.
Everything is supposed to happen on your day.
Everything is everything.
So annoying.
Oh,
What's
baby.
wrong with you? Thank you, Grant.
Welcome. Well, not even welcome. Happy fucking birthday to Nieema Simone.
By the time y'all listen to
Thank
this,
you.
her birthday would have been
No.
passed.
Birthday is all month long.
month.
Yo, drop your cash app. Drop your fucking cash app.
It's Nieema S. Nieemas. That's my cash app.
And
So
leave
cash
off the
app
last
me.
S for savings. Oh, baby.
Fucking annoying.
I
Nah,
don't
just
want 5%.
send me $5. If y'all send me $5, I could get
For every
coffee
five,
like
I get
the
$1.
whole week.
For every $5 you save a Nieema in this world.
Motherfuckers be
You
cheap.
save a Nieema in this world?
It's mad Niemas though. I be tight when I realize
Really?
like, why your name is Nieema or Nieema?
Yo,
Yeah.
remember that other Nieema we saw on Facebook? It was like another
Oh
Nieema Simone.
yeah, it really was though.
I don't remember.
And we
that.
called y'all I called them y'all doppelgangers.
The doppelganger. When I say
Oh,
doppelganger,
yeah.
people look at me weird. Like doppelganger. Where you get that word from? It's a fucking word. You know a twin, my nigga, twin. I'm just
Right,
gonna say twin for you.
Good job.
Doppelganger is just too big for certain people.
Well, kids don't read books, so
I mean, if you watch like superhero shows, they use the word doppelganger.
you'd assume that they
This
have
is true.
television.
Right.
Go
Well, all right. Everyone's not privileged, I guess.
Wow.
I mean, I grew up in the projects and I still had cable, so I don't understand.
I mean,
This is true.
you were affluent. I guess that's another
Affluent
SAT word.
project girl? Daddy was a drug dealer.
Hey,
Grandfather was a hustler.
everybody has a taste. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's
I
okay.
mean, hey, that's how you gotta, show them.
But
But
yeah.
welcome to Sophisticated Ignorance. I mean, do we even really have to introduce ourselves?
Yes, we do. So that's Steven,
Every
that's
time.
Nieema Simone, and I'm Vixon J, and this is another episode. Happy Valentine's Day, because we're recording on the day, but even if you listen to it afterwards, it happened. So
Yeah.
happy Love Day.
Somebody still loves y'all.
Yeah, because y'all going to hear it on Monday. It's
Word.
All-Star Weekend coming up. See, I might be
Oh,
a little
baby.
busy. Things might be too expensive. I
You'll be
get
busy,
it.
all right.
I totally
I don't
get
know
it.
what that means, but I will be very low-key.
I wanted to be low-key today, but
Wow, wow.
Low-key
That
on
didn't
your
happen.
birthday.
it never happens. I feel
Why?
like, it's okay, guys. I just want to chill. They think I'm lying.
Do you
when
know
I
the
say I
gang?
want to chill.
I say that too, but nobody.
Do you
ever
realize your
believes me.
gang of people that say, Nieema, you gotta turn up? And they're gonna be like, all
Oh
right.
yeah, you ain't getting a pass for that.
That is true. I always turn up to celebrate my birthday, but never on my actual birthday.
No one's gonna allow you to be low-key today. You
on my
realize this.
actual birthday, just let me do that. After it, we can get fucked up.
Nah.
The day of, I want
But
to
then
relax.
you gotta look at the kind of people you with. They always lit with you too.
Your
So they
sister's
ain't
gang.
never gonna let you just relax on your
She's
birthday.
not. She's not.
Come
And
on,
shout out
Karen.
to my sister. You know, she doesn't live with me anymore.
Aw.
So I'm at home and I'm chilling or whatever. I'm like, yeah. First of all, the morning started off ridiculous because I wanted to order pancakes and eggs.
Aw,
And then
that's
the
annoying.
guy asked me, "Do I want spicy turkey sausage?" And at that point, I knew something was going to go wrong. So I didn't even go pick up
What?
my food.
Why?
I've never heard of spicy turkey sausage.
That shit
before.
sounds lit. What you talking?
That shit sounds like you got my order wrong, and I'm not in the mood. And it was like 8:30, so I said, you know what? Let me calm down. I'm gonna go in there, pretend I'm not the person who called, and reorder the food. So that's what I did. I still didn't get a chance to eat it because my sister called me. She said, "Hey, I made another appointment for you. And come get my car. You could do whatever you want. Happy birthday," because she couldn't celebrate with me. So that was nice. But I didn't OD. I just got my nose done. That's it. Because I have more important things going on right now.
Oh.
Flex.
Yeah,
Should-
so
should we
tomorrow I'm gonna hang out. Tomorrow I'm gonna get a little stupid with another Aquarian.
Stupid.
We gonna get a little stupid.
He gonna let you get the chance.
Little
They
ignorant.
didn't. It was like, oh, so okay, you could chill, but tomorrow,
Word.
tomorrow,
Save your energy, sis.
man, it's gonna be the whole Dykeman squad. So
Oh, what was
if you
what
ever
we said last
partied in
weekend?
Dykeman,
Oh, weekend in Dykeman.
it's about to be
That's the
crazy.
movie.
Dykeman blowed up your phone right now?
Listen,
Yeah.
I was like, chill, bro, not yet.
Wait till tomorrow.
The sun is out. Where that Henny and Duce at?
It's
Weekend at
ridiculous.
Dykeman's 2. There's a sequel.
Ridiculous. It's
No.
supposed to be 54 degrees tomorrow too.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, you about to get ignorant.
Because I took like
Yeah.
5 days off.
you did.
Yes.
I took up this whole week,
Fam.
but for other
Yeah,
reasons.
I don't
but
work.
I'm going back.
I don't work on birthdays.
Fam.
I'll
oh.
go back Wednesday. So I've been
Same.
up since Saturday. I go back Wednesday.
Godspeed, sis. Godspeed.
It should
And I
be
get
fun.
paid.
Son.
And then my friends threw me a trap brunch. It's called a trap brunch.
A trap brunch.
Yeah. So what happened was
Explain.
I didn't want to do anything for my birthday, but I said we could do brunch. We could go to your house.
Of course.
Shout out to my friend Andre. We went to her house.
Mhm.
They never had Taylor Port before, so I bought the big ass bottle of Taylor Port.
Oh, that's like the Henny of wines.
That's a
Literally,
great penny.
we called it Winnesy now. It's like wine and Hennessy.
Winnesy.
When I see what's going to happen after I drink this. Winnesy. So that's what we call it. So
Merch.
we had
Hashtag
we had the
Winnesy.
Winnesy. We had
Good job.
waffles because it was the menu that I
Winnesy
wanted.
and waffles? Oh, baby, that's an event.
Popeye's chicken.
Y'all need to sell
Ice
$10 a plate.
cream.
Oh, wow.
We had, the ganja. We had all that stuff going on. So it was a trap. It was a trap brunch, and I enjoyed. It was a trap pajama brunch. So
A trap pajama. You should have led with the pajamas first.
It was pajama trap brunch.
I was sold at Winnesy.
I mean, I was sold at everything else, but it's fine.
So
Winnesy.
I said that from now on, once a month, we have to have a trap brunch.
You can make
So,
it. We'll talk off here.
You want to talk off air? All
Yeah,
right.
we'll talk off here.
Because you guys can definitely
This
talk.
smells
But
like...
it has to be
Yeah,
pajamas,
we'll talk off
though.
air.
Yeah, this sounds like money.
This sounds like money.
Yeah? All right.
Money. I got bags. Oh, baby. Anyway, moving on.
Let's get into the show topic today.
Let's please.
You're canceled.
Wait, we didn't even mention our sponsor.
Oh, shout
Right,
out to Scotch Porter.
Sorry, guys.
Do you know the sponsor?
Scotch Porter, even though I can't use
And,
it.
and do you know the code?
What do you mean? Why
SI10.
not? They got lotion.
Am I going to smell like a guy if I use the lotion?
Are
Is
you
it like
being
a
offensive?
No.
A
'Cause-
must?
No, it's like a
saddlewood scent?
yeah,
Yeah.
somewhat.
Okay.
Yeah,
Some men's cologne I actually I wear sometimes.
yeah, and it's not strong. It doesn't like stick on you for like the whole day.
Right.
I hate people that have like cologne that sticks on them
On like
the whole fucking day.
womanly fragrances.
First of all, I wear Versace. I wear
Okay.
Gucci.
Talk heavy.
I wear
Talk-
Chanel.
Affluent. As she
And
pours her prosecco. Good job.
I'm a guzzler, so I'm going to be drunk in like 3 minutes.
All
That's
right,
fine.
so let's make this
And I'm
Just
already
another
tipsy because
episode.
I had a whole cup of Taylor Port. Like
a
this
whole cup.
on my way here. So
Just another episode in the books.
yeah, just like old times. Not
Shout
just
out
show
to
up drunk.
Scotch Porter.
Yeah, shout out to them. Make sure you use the code SI10. All that good shit. And it's a black-owned business, so
Right.
you gotta buy black.
And we're also low-key sponsored today by Winnesy. So
When it's seen.
when
I'm definitely gonna.
When I see you,
I'm
got a
definitely
story.
gonna Photoshop something.
when
for
I
that.
see you, I got a story. Okay.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
okay.
Unbelievable.
Acting stupid. Anyway.
So this
Very.
episode is kind of inspired by two things. Well, one, this was something that Vixon had written in our notes that a show topic that we should have discussed. And I think it was like sometime last week I asked on Instagram like what our listeners wanted to hear from us, and shout out to Antoine who's been on the show numerous times, and he asked for
My
us to do an
favorite.
episode on cancel culture. And I figured, all right,
He's the
cancel some
brother.
motherfuckers.
He's
I
the
mean-
brother I wish I had. I need you to be on the show soon.
You need to
Antoine.
adopt Antoine then.
Oh, he just got promoted too at his job, so clap
he
for
ain't
him.
Pop,
never
pop,
coming
clap
out.
for him.
He
Gang?
getting the bag.
Money.
He's getting money,
I'm
money.
definitely gonna ask
Send me
him to
like
borrow some money.
$2. Like
Yeah,
two. I
might
just need
ask him to
$2.
borrow some money.
Send it to the
bro.
Cash App.
Yes.
Respectfully.
Naima S.
So to start, what does it mean to be canceled?
To not exist.
I canceled a couple of motherfuckers over the last week.
Oh,
Honestly.
Save
Yo.
the energy. Save the
I
energy.
mean, we
We're
gonna
gonna
get
get
into
to
That's
it.
the
whatever.
Winnesy talking.
The
It's
Winnesy
the winter
talking.
season. It's it's heavy right now.
Let's save that energy for later on. But for right
Alright.
now, what does cancel mean to you?
To be disqualified.
Why do you sound like you guessing?
Cause I am.
There's no right or wrong answer.
Good job. Good job, man.
But I
think
mean,
that's it.
yeah, I guess in that same aspect of somebody being disqualified, it's just somebody. I guess it's people that I guess you could say we hold to a high regard, and then they do some foul shit, or not even do foul shit, or yeah, just do foul shit, say some foul shit, and then it's like, all right, as a culture, we cannot fucking support you anymore. Like the more recent one was the fucking
As a
Liam
human.
Neeson shit.
Well,
What he
I mean,
did?
Wait, you already know about that?
Listen, I don't keep up with anything.
Okay.
Y'all think I'm joking, but like unless y'all tell me or
He's
physically
on.
show me,
Well,
I
he
don't
was
know.
on like a little tour, or whatever, for his movie that's supposed to come out called
Taken
which I
16?
heard bombed.
called Revenge.
Definitely
And
not
I
called
guess-
revenge.
For Taking 16, what is it?
No, it's some
Taken
shit
again?
with Ice. Some Ice movie.
Icy?
that he-
Like,
Oh, I don't know what it's called.
The
Whatever.
answer is we don't know, and the answer is
It doesn't
He
even
was
matter.
racist.
Yeah,
What he
he
said?
basically it wasn't even like a question that they asked for him. I don't know what made him feel comfortable, but basically he pretty much said like how a friend of his had approached him and said how she was raped, and he had asked her like what was the details on the person, and she said the only thing she could remember or the only thing she could
It was a
recall
dark figure.
it was a black man.
dark figure.
So his exact words were, "I was so upset I left my home and was just looking for any black bastard to kill them."
You know what? Not to even give topic. My sister had a situation on the train, and this is like two things we can categorize this as. She was on a train, and some black guy,
Mm-hmm.
gang, with his child, pushed his child in front of her. So she's kind of like, well, you push your child in front of me. One, it's crowded getting on the train. She could have fell. And two, why are you being rude towards a woman?
Mm-hmm.
And they getting into like, my sister completely ignored them. He's still yelling stuff at her like, oh, you're fake, you're this, you're that, you're here. And I'm just like, not every black girl wears wigs. At the time,
Right.
she did not have a wig on, so that was her real hair. He was mad.
Mm-hmm.
And then a white guy automatically jumped in, like, yeah, you know, because if something would have happened, I would have jumped in to fought you too. And I just feel like a lot of times these older white men can't wait to jump and attack other black people. It's like they're just
Oh, yeah.
waiting for a
Right.
reason.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they are.
And it's like not only
fitting.
not only is she's black, but she's a woman, and my sister's small. You guys think it? She's tiny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how dare you two men even try to gang up on her when he was in the wrong?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that just lets me know, like,
Yeah.
I'm not surprised by his reaction. How
Yeah,
he felt at
I'm
that
not
moment.
surprised
They just
either.
looking for a reason.
Because somebody had asked me on Instagram the other day, they was like, how does it feel being a black person working in working where I work? I'm like, for the most part, it's cool, it's very inclusive space, but at the same time, like, I'm, like we was talking about on last week's episode of being programmed, like, I'm programmed to notice people's body language.
Mm-hmm.
So while some of the white women don't, you know, move a certain way when I'm around, I could see when white men at the office tense up. Like, I don't know what they're thinking exactly.
I'm surprised.
I'm not surprised.
You don't give me that. Oh, I gotta
It
be
doesn't
afraid
matter,
of you.
but it doesn't matter though, because if you have racist thoughts, it doesn't matter.
You're right.
It doesn't matter
You're
what
right.
the person, how the person looks to you
You're
or
right.
is presented. They just gonna feel a certain way. So I've definitely walked down hallways and, you know, mistakenly make eye contact, and you know, he feels some type of way, or you know, he looks the other way as if like, fuck this nigga doing in here. So,
Yeah.
one of
okay.
those.
I don't get that type of energy on my job. I
That's
think
just your gang.
people are.
Well, I'm in a
people-
way bigger space. Like
Right,
it's
right.
500 people.
This is true. Well, I mean, that can be a good and bad thing because within my space, we're relatively smaller, at least in the NYC space. But I think people are a little bit more aware. But at the same time, there's only like 2 of us or 3.
Mhm.
Black people.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I
So
worked
it's
at that
kinda
last
like,
company, I was the only black girl for like 2 years.
Right. So it's kind of like, I mean, they might be more aware, but at the same time, there's really not much incidence of that. I mean, there's
Right.
been stuff here and there that's been kind of like eye raising, but
Right. Like you definitely don't know about
but
it.
it's definitely not enough to be like, oh, we're sending you to HR to talk about this.
Yeah, it's
like,
never anything blatant where it's like
right.
they gonna do something. But if some shit happens, I would not be surprised. Especially like there's some, from what I've heard, there's like a bit of a hierarchy.
Mhm.
So if you're in a different department, you're looked at a bit differently in the
Right.
industry I'm in. So the people, when I see them and I feel like they feel some type of way, I just automatically assume what position they're in,
Right.
because they may feel like they feel like they're just better than
Humans.
people
In
in
general.
general. So if you see a young black kid, a young black man in the office,
right, you
you
a man.
already feel some type of way about that.
You
But,
lost.
yeah, whatever. But yeah, cancel culture is just basically that. Like, somebody we herald, because with the Liam Neeson situation, like, even though we keep doing the same movie again, we
Right.
typically watch it.
I mean, for the most
Just to
part.
see how she gonna get taken, because I don't understand
Everyone gets taken. in
why it
these
keeps
movies.
Yeah,
happening.
they took
Everybody
the
gets
daughter, they
kidnapped.
took the wife,
They
they
took
took
the
him,
wife
they
and
took
the
the dog, they took his mail, they took.
Who the fuck they finna take now?
They
finna
just
take
keep
the
taking
husband.
shit.
So you're just going to take my UPS package?
Yes, my nigga, I'm finna take it.
Now I gotta kill you.
I have a special set of skills.
On that fucking trap phone, like, mad annoying.
But I mean, as Stephen was saying, like cancer. Like I don't even think it's necessarily for people we revere. I think anybody could catch a cancel. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter if you're a celebrity. It doesn't matter if you're like low rung. You could be one of these IG people that could be canceled. Like, it's really just across the board, just pretty much saying like, you went too far, you're done. You know what I mean? And I mean, to that point, it kind of comes to the next question, like, you know, what type of incidents, you know, are there that cause people to be canceled? Like, what are the major things that we've seen recently? I mean, R. Kelly's one, obviously.
I mean,
But he's been canceled for a long time.
People be faking it though.
Yeah.
People be real fake
That's
with it because
why
now all of a sudden everybody was, you know, hopping on the Kaepernick, you know, bandwagon. Niggas watch the Super Bowl and still participate in that bullshit.
Well, that's just bandwagon.
Then we have the
culture
whole
in general.
Gucci thing. Y'all niggas still gonna be wearing Gucci.
I mean,
If LaFleur, whatever he calls himself, Flame on Instagram, if Gucci may pop up with a Gucci outfit on, y'all gonna go buy it. If you see another celebrity with something cute on a purse, y'all gonna go get it. Like, my clients would, I don't know if Gucci had a sale. I have no idea. But for like a good strong 2 weeks, a lot of my clients are popping up with Gucci bags.
It's
And
tax
I'm like,
season.
oh, you're right. I forgot.
Tax season.
See, I'm a regular ass person. I don't get money back during tax season, so I don't know if that feels like I
And
pay
even if I
taxes out
got
of a business.
even if I got money back, I'm not spending it on fucking designer shit.
I'm not.
Like, that's-
First of all, I've
That's
never
not
been
my
a fan
jam.
of Gucci. Growing up with my grandmother, my great grandmother, they like classic shit like Chanel, like stuff like very womanly, feminine. We didn't
Right.
really care for Gucci in that house. So,
I
but
mean,
yeah, stuff like that. No, people don't care. I mean, being racist is a reason to be canceled nowadays.
I mean, it
Racist.
should,
Sexist.
it should be.
Sexist, I put it like that because,
Right.
you know, you can't really call somebody racist. That's offensive. They rather say you're prejudiced or, you know.
Discriminatory. or whatever.
Right. Nobody wants to say racist because it's a little too touchy. They use
Fine.
other colorful words.
That's
Yeah.
fine, but you racist, you racist though. Don't
Right.
matter.
Use other colorful words for it. Sexist. You know, you got the hashtag Me Too
Mhm.
movement going on. You have that. Those are reasons to be canceled.
I think those are probably the two biggest ones.
I mean, yeah, being racist and
Mm-hmm.
if you just say some real dumb shit,
Right.
depending on
Or,
the offense, or if you offend a lot of people, saying something homophobic can get you canceled.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Saying
that's
Definitely.
something
another
that's if you discriminate somebody based on religion or
You right.
whatever, you done. Politics, everybody canceled in politics these days. Like,
Nobody even give a fuck no more. You can
Yeah.
say whatever you want about
I don't
politics.
even really think you can get canceled in politics.
Nah.
I mean, yeah.
At this
Because
point-
Trump's supposed to be canceled, and look where he at.
Still flourishing.
Just because you cancel doesn't mean like you are out of commission.
How
It just means like nobody fucks with you. Cancel's just a big way of saying I don't fuck with you no more.
Gotcha. So,
Are we the only culture that cancels?
probably.
I think white people cancel, but it's not necessarily. They don't use the term cancel. They're like, I've had enough. Like,
You know
We're not
what?
gonna take it.
right. This is the final straw, buddy. Like that's
So with that being said, are there levels to being canceled? Like blocked, deleted, do not deserve. I feel like there is. I know
I think
some
it's
people who I
circumstantial.
completely block, and there's some people.
I think it's circumstantial. Like if somebody's just saying some dumb shit, then it's like, yo,
I'ma
I
mute you.
can't.
okay.
I can't. I don't want to see this
I don't
shit.
want to see, so I'm gonna mute you.
Right.
I'll just
and that's just
unfollow
it.
shit
Yeah.
like that. If it's some foul shit, then it's like,
You done.
yeah, like
Yeah.
R.
That's
Kelly
when-
stuff.
that's when the
That's
block
like,
delete
all right,
come in.
now I can't listen to music and
Well,
things of that nature.
I mean,
At a point-
no,
okay,
I
don't do
mean,
this. Don't do this.
Don't-
Like, I don't
Be
agree.
careful of your words.
I don't agree with anything R. Kelly said.
First and
But
foremost,
I cannot lie. When
Nieema's
Step in the Name of
opinions
Love come
are
on.
not.
No, this is
Now
because
or back
you're
then?
saying- Well, you don't hear it no more now. Well,
But
that's
do
a
you
lie.
play it in your home?
That's a lie. I don't play it in my home. When I'm at work, sometimes that shit pop up on the
So you're talking about
Sonos.
if you happen to hear it
If you
out
happen
in
to
the
hear
world.
it and you're not conscious of what's
Well,
going
yeah,
on,
if
you're
you
gonna
have no
sing to
control
it. You be
over
like,
it-
oh shit, wait a minute, I'm
If
singing
you
R.
have
Kelly,
no
I feel
control
bad.
over it, then that's different. What you gonna do? Walk out of work? Like, oh, I
Nah.
see what kind of
Honestly-
establishment y'all got
No,
over
Yeah.
here.
honestly,
Really-
at work, we walk up to the Sonos and we skip the song, or we thumbs it down, or we
All right,
delete
so
it.
you're
whatever the case
actively
may
you're
be.
actively
Yeah.
taking a
Yeah.
step to say
But
like, nah, we don't do this here.
We don't want to condone it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's different.
But
As
at the
opposed to
same
like,
time-
I
you
thought
get-
you, I thought you
that-
talk, I thought you were saying on some if the shit hits the shuffle.
I'm about to put my two-step in.
I mean,
Right.
Slide to the left.
I mean,
Yeah, we don't do that.
But I think the art. I think I don't know if I
Subconsciously
said it on this show or maybe with Culture Podcast with Bianca. Shout out to Bianca.
gang.
But I said with the whole R. Kelly thing, it's when it initially happened, we were extremely young, and I can't speak for y'all two, but I can only speak for myself. So when we heard about the tape,
I mean,
or even
yeah,
saw
we're
the tape,
young, yeah.
it was like,
I was
was I really understanding? Was I what I was looking
I
at?
think-
Not really.
I was 14. I had to this day I still never seen the tape.
I seen it because it was floating around.
I remember my
the
mom
time.
and her friends and my cousins and them talking about it, and I remember it being something bad. Like, she's
Right.
my age, or whatever age she was. Like, she's young, and it's happening to her. So I knew it was wrong.
Yeah, see,
But
I didn't get that.
I don't think I digested it in the way that I can now. Like,
And that's what.
because growing up as a teenager, and especially as a girl, a lot of the girls who were older than me dated older men. It was like a thing to like be young and have like an older college dude or
Right.
the older
Yeah.
drug
When you're
dealer
in
want
junior high
liking
school or
you and
whatever.
stuff like that. And growing
Well,
up,
actually, not
because
the
I
same concept.
developed a little bit faster,
If you really want to keep it a buck,
a lot
America,
of the older men were attracted to me
America pumps that shit. Had been pumping that shit out
for
a long period of time.
Back in slavery, you know, even if it wasn't the slave and the master, or the slave and the master's son, it was still like within their community. They were very young getting married. I was watching a show on Netflix, and it was like, we're older right now. You're 18 and I'm 19. I'm like, nigga, what you mean? You're trying to get married at 18, 19, but it's like they got married very young. My grandmother and grandfather got married when they was 16 years old.
Right.
So,
But see, them two marrying each other at a young age is different than an older man
okay.
trying to marry or trying to
Yeah.
get with a younger person.
Well, Elvis
But
Presley and them did that shit.
Who?
Elvis Presley.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, they
all of
refused.
them.
The white people
There was a couple of them.
refused to cancel
It was
Elvis
a
Presley,
Because
couple- Who
Elvis
was the
Presley's
other
the
one?
king of rock.
Who was the
How
other
dare
one who
he?
married his cousin at 14?
and he stole that
And he
shit
was like
anyway.
20. It was one of them. I can't
I
remember.
don't know.
Oh, you talk. Oh, what was his profession?
He was
Woody
also
Allen?
a musician.
Oh, that's who I was thinking about. Woody Allen.
He's
No,
Yeah,
she's
he's a
musician.
creep. Oh yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, it's
A lot of the musicians,
Yeah.
regardless of race, yeah.
I've been doing
yeah.
some finicky shit.
But no, what I was saying about the R. Kelly situation, it was like when we
guys.
were young, that's probably the early stages of either being introduced to sex or really not partaking in that. So seeing that I didn't really get a grasp of what the fuck was really going on. And even with the whole Dave Chappelle joke, it was like, okay, this is a joke. It's
I'm
on.
peeing on you. Yeah, I'm, thinking
Yeah.
like, I'm literally thinking like you're peeing on somebody.
Yeah,
Not
so it's like, I'm
No,
not even
we-
thinking in that aspect. I think a lot of people, just America in general and people in general, we always forget about the victim
Mhm.
in those circumstances. So with the R. Kelly situation, it's like, of course I was playing music like 5-6 years ago, but once you become more mature and get more information, that's when you start to realize, like, all right, what he was doing was fucking
Mhm.
disgusting, and I cannot partake in any facet.
And-
So with the R. Kelly situation, I kind of give people a pass when it comes to like more people being more vocal about the shit that he's doing, especially after the documentary, because that shit happened when we were fucking teenagers. So what
Right.
did we really know what was going on?
Right.
But in the same tune, I think even though we didn't understand the context of it being good or bad or whatever, I think at the same time so with the peeing tape, right? It was very shocking back then, right? And even though we didn't understand the complete context of what it was, we did know it wasn't a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't good in the sense of like, oh yeah, R. Kelly peed on this girl.
I don't even think it was portrayed in that facet back then. I could be wrong,
Well,
because
back
that's
then-
a long time
Well,
ago.
I think back
But
then,
I feel like back then it was like, oh, celebrity sex tape.
right.
So it was more so a
just
shock
news story,
value
you
as
know what I'm
opposed to what he actually did.
And people, right? It was more of a news story. It was just like R. Kelly did this thing, and then we're all just consumed with what he did, but we didn't understand the ramifications of the thing that he did. But at the same time, I think what Nieema was saying, there was still of a context that it wasn't a good thing. It was a very shocking, scandalous thing. You know what I'm saying? And back then, I think in the context of cancel culture, it was less about canceling people, but more about trying to understand what they did and justify. And the same thing with Michael Jackson. Like, there was a Sundance documentary that
they
just
trying
came
to
out
get Mike
that
the fuck out of
that
here.
said, that came up with more allegations of him being like a child abuser or playing with kids or whatever. And how people were talking about cancel Michael Jackson and all that stuff. And even before when these allegations first came out, people were on some Michael Jackson, we gotta sue him and
See,
all that.
the only thing with that one is I don't know where my standpoint is.
Yeah.
Because I've
You see,
heard
There lies an issue.
there's that film which has, I believe, it features two males that discuss how Michael did X, Y, and Z and all this other shit.
You see,
But then at the same
I
time-
can't believe that.
But then at the same time, I hear there's other people that said it was a complete lie. My parents made me do it.
Right.
So it's like, I don't know what to fucking think.
So now,
Right.
for example, Kanye. For me, I can't completely cancel Kanye, even though he's on his MAGA bullshit or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, yo, I can't sit here and say I'm not going to listen to any of his music because I was just listening to fucking Late Legislation. That shit hits my fucking soul, bro.
I feel like,
And,
okay, I guess that's
you know
the
what I'm saying,
gray
like-
area we can get into, like when there's a gray area
Right.
in between canceling
Because,
somebody.
yeah, I think
I feel
it's
like
all...
old Kanye was a different Kanye. Kanye with Amber Rose was a different Kanye. Kanye now is
Yeah, he
not
went
the
through mad
same.
phases.
So
Yeah.
I feel like it's
And his
okay.
stuff is way more... I think, in general, it's just way more circumstantial.
Right.
Like, and he's not... Like, he's doing stuff wrong, but it's not wrong, if you understand what I'm saying.
Like
Well, once again,
he's
there's levels to the
entitled.
shit,
He's
though.
entitled to his own opinion and feel the way he
Yeah,
does.
and then if
But
you
this-
really listen to what he's saying, it makes sense. He's just saying it in the absolutely wrong way.
It's like
Right.
Same thing with like how people have issue with Joe Budden and how he says certain things to certain artists. It's like y'all so concerned about how he's yelling or cursing and things of that nature, but if you really listen to what he's saying, the shit makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's kind of almost like the Kanye situation.
I wouldn't even compare them to because Joe Budden is just Joe Budden. He doesn't mean any harm. He's giving his blunt opinion.
Yeah.
Kanye is straight up controversial, and the people he's attached
Yeah,
to,
his stuff is
It's
intentional.
it's intentional, and it's the people he
Right.
attached to that makes it a little like more like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
Like-
Like you should know better. You went from being this one person
Yeah.
to this completely different
Right.
person.
And
It's
that's
like,
what-
how do we
and-
get from here to there?
And it kind of goes back to, I mean, I didn't chime in at that point, but you were saying how, like, people is people and that you could cancel anybody. Yes, but it's difference in based on who that individual is.
Right.
Like, for somebody like Kanye, we put him into a high regard because when he came into our lives from a mainstream
Right.
world, it was like he was talking about black issues that we were
Right.
really going through.
Right.
And yes, we had other artists that were also talking about it, but he was on the mainstream platform talking about it. So that's like the real change that you could really have. When you have, somebody more local or somebody that's underground that doesn't really move the pulse of the people, doesn't really have that same sort of effect. So when we see Kanye start wilding out, it's like, bro, what the fuck?
Right.
Like,
And
you don't
like,
understand.
how?
You don't understand what kind of power you really have. And then the only thing, even though I really don't, I guess I kind of have to give him a pass on it. Like, one of his boys was on another podcast. I don't know.
GLC.
Yeah, GLC.
Yeah, it was Van Lathan.
And he
Shout out
was
to
basically saying, like, Kanye told him the only reason why he wears the MAGA hat is because when he talks to Trump, Trump actually listens to what he has to say and things actually get done. If he doesn't, he feels as though he wears the hat in order to get certain shit done. If he doesn't wear the hat, then Trump doesn't fuck with what he
It's
got to
kind
say.
of like a worm to a hook or something.
Yeah. So it's basically like if he's going to be the martyr for doing that shit, but it leads to something positive, then he's going to fucking do it.
Right.
And that's from what Homeboy said. There's no way for us to confirm whether it's
Right.
true or not, whatever. That's what.
And that's fine.
So it's almost like the same thing with the Colin Kaepernick thing. It's like if he's going to be the one to put himself on that on that platform to, like, quote unquote sacrifice himself, can you really be mad? I mean, it's completely different circumstances, but it kind of lines up in the same sort of way.
But you're right. I mean, but when it comes to the cancel culture, it's literally just translating it to the court of public opinion. You know what I'm saying? So with the whole Kanye thing, once again, it's like we all seen how he, like, started out and the stuff he was talking about.
Mhm.
So for him to somewhat flip the script and talk some wild shit, a lot of people were disappointed about that. Hence, people saying, like, "Yo, he's canceled. I'm done with him." You know what I'm saying? It's so in certain cases it might not necessarily depend on how you start up, because once again with Michael Jackson is a global phenomenon.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But with these allegations and everything that is being said about him or all these things, you know what I'm saying? Like, no one's trying to accept no type of child molestation or child abuse or whatever. So that alone is like, yo, no matter who you are,
Mhm. like,
you do some real fucked up shit, you're done. You know what I mean? Like, there shouldn't be a favoritism when it comes to it. I know that even I could say, like, yo, with Kanye, I just have mad bias because he played an important role in my life in the context of his music. And everybody else, I feel like, especially with R. Kelly, which is still disgusting to me, but people are still going to defend him because someone out there for them, R. Kelly played a role in their lives. And it's like they just can't see. Once again, it's crazy And I'm not. I'm not defending those people because it's nasty, but it's like
a lot of people were
like
complaining. A lot of people were complaining.
Like Marvin Gaye played the role.
A lot of people were complaining how our younger generation was canceling R. Kelly, but there's a lot of people in the older generation that they not with the shits. Like, they still supporting. They're buying tickets.
I had a client really get heated. Like, don't be talking about him.
Exactly.
Like, first of all, ma'am, you be trying to touch me, so I know something happened to you and your child.
Right?
Right?
Wow.
So, that's... She's a strange one.
I feel like it's still...
why she supports
I still feel like it's... You can't... It's all circumstantial. Like, you can't just complete... Well, I won't say you can't. But for certain people, you can't just completely cancel somebody. There's a lot of people that look at Chris Brown. There's a lot of people ever since the Rihanna situation do not fuck with him.
Right.
But there's also a lot of people that's like, look, he was young. They made a mistake. He made a mistake. At the same time, there was also reports that said there was also reports as well that Rihanna wasn't innocent in the whole situation as well. So it's like, I mean.
But that's a matter of convenience, because how much times we're going to hear, yo, he was young, he made mistakes, and that. It's like, yeah, we all make mistakes, but at the same time, wrong is wrong. You know
we're not. Like, no one's saying that it's not wrong, but it happened. And if she forgave him, she admitted what her part played in it. He admitted his part he played in it. Then that's it. It's not like he's legit out here on trial, beating cases from raping people with actual video. He did something. He apologized for it. He still suffers from that to now. You know what I'm saying? But you have somebody like R. Kelly who legit have video of raping, not okay.
The man
statutory rape happening, and they let him off, and he's still allowed to make music. People still praise him. So it's like, how is that even possible? Like, he did something disgusting, and you have a whole documentary about it, and he's still selling out concerts. And then you have somebody like Chris Brown who's still making albums, who's still topping charts with songs he made 10 years ago. He's still doing very well, but y'all still crucifying him for something that the person that he did has forgiven him for.
Look at Ray Rice. The Ray Rice situation. He struck his, girlfriend?
It was on video.
Fiance at the time. I mean, obviously he never got a job ever since then, but they are still together. They're happy. They have a kid. I'm not defending him, but at the same time, would you cancel somebody when it was clearly... I mean, I can't say if it's a one-time situation, but from what the world had saw, it was a one-time situation. So should we cancel somebody when they made a clear mistake in that aspect?
Right.
As opposed to somebody that's constantly doing something foul over and over and over again?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but just in the sense of, like, guilty versus innocent, even though you might be proven innocent, doesn't mean that you're innocent. That's my opinion, but
but again, I still feel like it's all circumstantial.
I mean, it's, once again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not going to be trying to solve no cold cases here, but this is why cancel culture is so gray in a sense, because it's like, all right, you might have the proof of somebody doing something or it was a mistake or a misunderstanding, and it's like, all right, well, though this person did wrong, you know what I'm saying, things have been cleared up, and then you have blatant evidence, or you have blatant, like, accounts from other people, you know what I'm saying, this is why Me Too is so important. You have other accounts from women saying, like, oh, this person did this to me and that to me, and more people are inclined to believe less believe the accuser and more of the person that they're being accused of, or the one that's getting accused. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, some things are black and white, and other things are just like, well, not even who to believe, but it's like, I mean, cancel him, but like how long, or should we forgive? Like, is there a forgiveness in this aspect? Like, even if you were young and dumb, or even if you did something recent and it was fucked up, like, where does the cancel culture, like, if there is an end, or is it like, yo, you exile for life, that's it, boom? Because that's really one of the questions is like, can one be brought back from being canceled?
I feel like one could be brought back from being canceled, but you still gonna have that scarlet letter on you.
Yeah. Like Chris Brown.
Yeah, Chris Brown's a perfect example. Even Kanye West.
He still sell out concerts, Chris Brown. Still, people would still buy them fucking Yeezys, and I still don't think them shits is cute.
Agreed.
His clothes ain't cute either.
But are they canceling the man, or are they canceling his music?
I feel like it's the two in the same. You can't.
Michael Jordan's another one.
I can't tell. Me personally,
Michael Jordan's trash. Let's be clear.
personally, I can't separate the two. I can't be like, oh, I don't fuck with Kanye and his belief. I'm about to buy $300 for a fucking pair of Yeezys. That's still supporting him. You still put money in his pocket, and I feel like people are fucking ignorant. They
Right.
just want to do shit because it's a trend, because it means, I can afford a pair of Yeezys or whatever the case may be. It's like, you're still supporting his opinion. Like, he's talking wild shit about you.
Right.
He's calling you a slave to a lot of stuff. Materialism, everything, and you're still out there buying his stuff. Like,
Right.
I don't fucking understand what's wrong with you people.
And-
Like, you guys are really fucking stupid.
And that's,
Accurate.
and
Y'all
that's-
dumb as fuck.
and
And a
that's
lot
the
of y'all who
thing.
listening probably got a pair of Yeezys on right now. Like, oh shit, I got these on right now. Oh, it's in the box right now.
They don't care though.
and that's what makes the cancel culture so volatile, because it's like, all right, you say this person's canceled, but yet you support them in one way. You say they're canceled, but yet, it's not the person, it's the, like, I'm going to separate the person or the musician from the music, for example. And I did that with Kanye too. Like, in the sense of his opinions, fuck that shit. I'm still going to bump this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think for some, it's a matter of the convenience of how they're canceling that person. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I might not agree with their views, but I still fucks with that other shit that they do. You know what I mean? So it's like, you got to cancel all or cancel none. Like, you can't be a hypocrite out here.
I think it's more so for me, with the whole canceling thing, it's like, if you're really canceling somebody, you're just going to do it. You don't have to be vocal about it. Like,
This is true.
I haven't listened to R. Kelly music in a long period of time. Does anybody know that? No, because I don't fucking broadcast it on social media. If I don't support something, I'm just not gonna fucking support it. I don't have to announce it to the world. And I think that's where the confusion comes, because then you'll have people that announce it to the world and then their actions don't follow up with that. So it's like, if I don't fuck with something, if it's offensive to me, I just no longer partake. I don't have to mention that to the whole world.
Right. For you, so what is that line in the sense of, like, what will make you say, I'm done with this person?
It's all circumstantial.
Right.
Like,
Name one example.
We
I don't
just
fuck with
mentioned-
Kanye.
We just mentioned a whole bunch of people.
I don't fuck
I
with
still,
Kanye.
I still
not a
listen.
person, but like what does that one person have to do? Like, what is one incident or what is one thing that they would have to do to say, like, I'm done?
The R. Kelly situation is the perfect one.
That too.
Like,
'Cause
there's
he
no.
holds no regard for it. Like, he don't give a fuck.
It's
like,
not even
he
that.
don't
It's just
care.
that level. It's just disgusting altogether. Once I had a complete grasp of what he was actually doing, there was nothing he needed to say to me for me to feel any type of way. Like, I don't want to hear an apology. I don't want to hear nothing. Like, no,
Yeah, trash.
I'm done.
Yeah, you're
The whole
trash.
Kanye situation is completely different, because he's just expressing himself in the most improper way
Right.
based on who he is as an individual. But if you listen to what he's saying, he's actually saying something that actually makes sense to a certain standpoint. Same thing with the whole Chris Brown situation. Do I condone what he did to Rihanna? Fuck no. I would never, ever support anybody that ever lay their hand on a woman. But am I going to fucking put him on a crucifix for that for the rest of his life if I don't have any extensive proof that he's repeated that same sort of behavior moving forward? No, but at the same time, I'm not somebody that's ever had to witness or deal with that in my family or personally. For some people that's witnessed stuff like that personally, they may like, nah, that's something that I can't accept from somebody moving forward. So again, I think it's all based on circumstances, and then all based on your own like built-in morals. Because if you're one of those people like, look, cancel culture, I'm with this shit. It's like, anytime I hear anybody do anything, I'm not with nothing, then you're pretty much canceling everybody. Because nobody is perfect. Everybody has did some dirt. Even the people we fucking hold to the highest regard.
Word.
I remember I had to edit one of my culture episodes because me and Bianca had a honest conversation about somebody who shall remain nameless. And I was like, yo, we came to the realization, like, yo, this person is a real fucking scumbag.
Wow.
Like, he's a real scumbag. Now, we fucking support him 150% for everything he does, but at the end of the day, based on his actions that he has been very vocal about,
He's just
he,
a
you know,
person.
he's a shit person in those aspects, but overall, he may be a great individual. But
Well,
again, at the end of the day, it's like, it's all circumstantial. It's all based on who you are as an individual.
there lies the gray.
Yeah, it's really a gray area with the whole cancel. If you're somebody of a sound, well, I don't want to even say sound. If you're based on, you know,
You could sound like sophisticated and intelligent and whatever, but still be trash.
Yeah,
in-
yeah.
in-
You
in
can
your-
do
in your actions or
amazing things. And it's all based on who you are. Look at T.I. T.I. fucking does amazing things for the fucking community and where he's at. But if you're somebody that doesn't fuck
Right.
with adultery,
Then
then you're like, yo, you had Tiny going through all this bullshit.
word.
So again, it's all circumstantial at the end of the day. So do you feel like, I mean, you mentioned
Heavy.
H&M. Do
Yeah.
you feel like fashion brands are like doing this on purpose now? Like they're doing this just to bring more awareness and attention to their brand?
So I don't even think it's a matter of they're doing it for attention. I think there's just an extreme ignorance there that. So for example, the Montclair jacket, right?
Mhm.
If you don't know about the Montclair jacket, there's a Montclair's a brand, whatever, and they had a jacket with a penguin caricature on it, and the caricature, fuck it, whatever the word is, the character of the penguin is a black penguin and has red lips, right? So Montclair, the brand, they decided that they were going to put this cartoon character on this jacket. Now it's a black jacket, mind you. Well, I guess the color of the jacket was black, and now you're having this black-faced character with red lips.
Mm-hmm.
For those who would be intelligent enough, they realize that
Sambo.
Sambo is an image of like from slavery. You know what I'm saying? And it's offensive. But I don't think any of those fashion houses are thinking that way. They think, cause
You know what it is? I'm not even gonna say they're not thinking that way. They don't give a. They don't care. They don't care. They know what's right. No, it's like at least one person that knows, like, yo, my nigga. Like,
Well,
Montclair,
they're not-
is Montclair American brand or no?
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
But mind you, it's a matter
But
of
they make like all fashion brands. Sorry to cut you off.
No,
they
no,
make
fine.
their money off of black people.
right. People,
I mean,
so
I'm
then you
not
should be
trying to-
knowledgeable
Well-
of what not to do.
well,
Eh.
I don't know. I didn't know much about
I don't know
Montclair
if-
before that, but I just know that Drake had that Montclair jacket in that Hotline Bling video.
I remember back maybe freshman year of college, probably before then, everybody was rocking Montclairs. Definitely in Harlem. I don't know about in Brooklyn, because Harlem and Brooklyn usually have different
But they've
trends.
shown, all these brands have shown that they don't give a fuck about the culture.
They
in
don't.
general.
They
And they
don't-
specifically make things to market
They're
to
not
black
here
people.
for
How many
culture.
times has Jay-Z mentioned how he had to start his own shit because when he approaches brands about his influence on the culture, they're like, we not giving you nothing.
They don't
So,
care, and why should they? Because they don't even have people of the culture.
They don't
working for
cater
them.
to us. We just
Mhm.
have, for whatever reason, we consider them luxury and high end and things of that nature. And because we come from a background where we are not
Don't have
accessible to
anything.
that,
Yep.
we
Right.
go out of our way to obtain those things. So that's what makes it popular.
Absolutely. And people get surprised when they do some dumb racist shit, and it's like, well,
Yeah,
how could
I'm not
they?
surprised because most of those brands are not American house brands. So this is why I would love to get somebody that was born outside of the States to really, well, outside of your homeboy that was on that episode, but somebody from
Mhm.
Europe. I would love to get one of them on the show to really understand what's their history when it comes to being black. Because I don't
Oh.
think, not to even cop pleas for them brands, but I don't think they really have a sense of what's offensive if they weren't really aware of what was really going on in the States at that time.
Well,
You think?
I don't even think, honestly, I don't even think it's a matter of them not being aware, because England and
'Cause I
and
feel
Europe has
like-
their
I
own
feel
racist
like-
bullshit happening.
Because I
They
feel,
should
because I
know.
feel like I've spoken to, because I have a few international friends, and the N word don't hold the same weight over there that it does
Well,
over here.
Right, because it was stemmed from slavery here. That
So
makes
I
sense.
can only imagine what else doesn't hold the same weight over there in comparison to here.
It might
I'm
know
not
the
copying
same-
them, please. I'm just.
No.
I would love to have a conversation to really get an
not-
understanding.
Yeah, because at the same time, it's like even if it don't hold the same weight, it's offensive.
Right, you know
Like,
what's
fuck
offensive?
outta
There's
here with
fucking
that.
history
Like,
books,
I'm
there's
not-
news, there's
Yeah, like I'm not even trying to go for the fact
No,
You mean,
I'm not
that
saying-
it don't
I'm not saying
hold
you
the
mean the
you're
same
wrong.
history
weight.
that they don't care about?
That's like no, but that's
But
like
still.
some people feeling like if you call me fat, I don't care if you call me fat. Bitch, don't call me fat.
right.
Like it's no matter how you spin it, it's a word that is offensive to most people. So
Mhm.
don't fucking use it. So to say that because you live someplace else is not offensive, it don't hold the same weight. That
Right,
don't,
right.
you're not that ignorant to. You know to somebody else it's wrong and it's hurtful. So you don't get a pass for that.
Because as much
You
as
don't
we-
get a pass for
as
that.
much as American culture obsesses with like English culture and all that bullshit, I'm pretty sure English culture.
They do because
an
y'all
idea of
here
what's
every
happening over
fucking
here.
holiday during Christmas season, getting on my fucking nerve on 34th and 42nd Street.
Specific.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all always
Yeah,
here with
but
your
that's
fucking fanny
specific.
pack.
Well, no, I mean that's
Right.
But that's
like,
specific.
yeah,
Of course,
that's beyond
I'm
the
just
point.
saying in general, like
of course,
You're
they're
just
gonna
betting
obsess
now.
over
People-
the positive
now you're
stuff.
people are obsessed with us, just like they are obsessed with them. It works the
Yeah,
same
but
way.
they're
So
gonna be.
to say you're completely ignorant to it.
I'm not saying
I'm
they're
not letting
completely
you get a pass
ignorant.
for that. Like,
I'm
nah.
not saying they're completely ignorant, but of course they're gonna obsess over the things that they like and obtain. If they're gonna see images that we push out, or from a grander scheme, American culture is gonna push out, of course they attach to that. If Sambo is not an image that's gonna be publicized all over the place, so how would somebody over there actually really get an understanding what that image means?
So that means you don't educate yourself.
Well,
that means you really don't feel like
I
you're
mean,
any
Americans
kind of
don't
black.
educate themselves.
No, but I'm saying that doesn't feel like you're black. If you're a black person, you lived overseas
I'm not
all your life.
talking-
How you
but
don't know your own history?
But how many of those people that's higher up in
I
those
don't know.
brands
Maybe
are black?
maybe I'm coming from a different
No,
perspective.
I
Because
mean-
when I was young, my mother made sure that I have books
But
about
you're talking
other
about
people.
you over here. I'm talking about executives
They
and people
have-
making those decisions
watched-
overseas.
But I've watched documentaries with people in different places have some sort of Sambo in their country. So I'm not. I can't.
Okay, so that
Right.
that I wasn't
I
aware of
can't.
that.
But someone to your point, like for example, I know what you're talking about in Australia or one of those like.
Everybody has some
But-
kind of Sambo.
But in one of those regions, they practice blackface, and for them, it's completely outside of the Sambo reference.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's somewhere. It's not Australia,
I
but
go with
somewhere
you.
over there,
I
New
know what
Zealand
you-
or some shit.
Yeah.
They have like this festival where the people dress in blackface and they have the red lips and all that stuff, and for them, that's some tradition that came out of somewhere else. And it's completely separate from the Sambo image that we that adapted in the United States.
Yeah, I'm
But
not
all-
trying to cop them, please.
but all in
I
all-
would just love to have a conversation to see how things from their
Are you
history.
talking about the people in the brands or just people who live there? Regular
I'm talking about the
who
people,
live there?
the brands, and
Gotcha.
and some of the people that live there, because they may
Yeah,
have a
dumb as fuck.
different. They'll definitely have a different experience of how black people or people of color are treated overseas as opposed to how we are treated.
I get
in-
you.
To a certain extent. I'm not trying to cop no pleas for
end
no
of day,
brands.
end of the day, I just think it comes down to simple Google, simple fucking research that everybody has access to, and you'll figure out like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but if if you were never forced to learn about it, what would make you ever do it?
I mean, yeah, you gotta certain things you gotta be exposed to, but
We are aware of it because it's been something that's forced.
It's American history.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
something we have to know. If that's not so, I highly doubt they're learning fucking American history over in the UK.
I wouldn't say that because why are we
Or
forced to
if
learn
they
about
are,
history?
and if
History?
they are,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a very clean picture to a certain extent. It's
Like,
not gonna be
there
the
were
honest
slaves.
truth.
I would hope
There
that
was a war,
that people in
it was
UK
over.
learned about American slavery.
Cause you're black. How the fuck you think you got there? That's
Right,
what blows
fam.
mine.
The same
That's
way,
what
they're
really
gonna-
blows my
but mind
whole
you, the same way
entire
that we're
life.
learning how the people
And we don't even learn
came
it.
from
We
Britain
have
to
we-
the United States to the Pilgrims or whatever bullshit.
Right.
The same way we gotta learn that shit. I'm pretty sure they would have to learn about
They should.
American
and then how
slavery
much
and
how much
everything.
of that American history is actually accurate?
Well, that's not a cultural thing. That's just history books skewing. The
So
truth
then
in
I
general.
could only imagine-
whether it's accurate or not, the information is there. What you tend to do with it and how you further want to dig deeper into that's up to you and your parents. But to just say that it's not available completely, my issue a lot of times, like, you're black. I don't care where you live at. You're black.
See, we're
I
making.
don't care
I
if you're
think we
light
having two
skinned. I don't
different
care if you're
arguments.
African. I don't like you're black.
Yeah,
You
I
should
think
know
we're having
about
two
those
different
things.
arguments because you're talking more so about the consumer. I'm talking more about the actual institution itself.
They don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, the institutions themselves.
They don't care.
Don't
We
care.
all know they racist as hell. We all know that.
But I just feel still, as an institution, they should do some. Not to say they should
they
be
kind of
knowledgeable
feel like
about
they're
all
better
of it.
too. On top of
I'm
that,
not
they
saying that
definitely
the
feel
definitely feel like they're
institution
better.
has to be knowledgeable about everything, but in specific situations like this, there should be somebody on the inside to say, "Yo, let's do some research on this."
But
Let's,
again,
because it's gonna go overseas. So let's
But
just figure
again-
out what can work.
but that's not the
for
responsibility.
everyone.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that is. Like, all I'm saying is that someone should be there or some type of research should be done.
Something.
But that's not their responsibility is to make money.
and
Their
then they don't
responsibility is to
hire
sell
people.
units.
They don't hire people that look like us in the first place.
You know, that's what I'm saying.
The only
before.
time they even align themselves with somebody that looks like us, they have to be some sort of rapper or some sort of celebrity
Yeah.
that they could tap into.
Well,
and
that's
of course,
the way into the
and of
culture.
course, that individual is more times than not is not the ideal person to actually be put into those positions. They're like, oh, I'm gonna get this bag, rock this shit, and call it a day. They're not responsible for what the fuck is being produced from a grand
Ja
scheme
Rule,
of
for
things.
example.
Like, they don't give a
Fire
fuck.
Fest.
They taking the check and dipping.
Which one of y'all posted something about college or something like that being like the fire festival? Maybe that was Yaz. It was somebody.
It wasn't me.
Random thoughts popped in my head. But
College
yeah, continue.
being a fire festival? Oh, the
Or the
biggest.
federal
Well, I
something.
think college
Oh,
is
the
a
government's
scam.
like a fire festival?
Yeah, it was like federal. Some shit was like the fire festival.
I mean,
That's rather accurate.
America is the biggest scam. If you think
Yeah.
your Brooklyn
Vanessa
scammer is working
Williams.
hard,
Word.
the American government scamming way
Got
harder.
you beat.
Got
Scammer
you.
of the year, 500 years and running.
OG.
Oh man. So that being said, are we like, well, not us. Well, I guess we could speak on us in general, but are people way too sensitive when it comes to like canceling people? Because again, we kind of had arguments about, you know, the whole Chris Brown or
Oh, yeah, I feel
R.
like we
Kelly.
talked about this.
So it's like, are people reaching a point where we've gotten so sensitive where every little thing becomes a whole fucking issue?
I think in the sense, just specifically speaking to cancel culture, I think we're pretty moderate when it comes to that. I don't think every living thing is a cancel. I think we are in a more sensitive culture where if someone does something that we obviously call it out for what it is,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it takes a certain extent for it to be a difference between, I'm gonna call this person out, I'm gonna drag them for doing some dumb shit, and it's like, you wildin', bro, you done.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I think we have a disconcernment there when it comes to that. I don't think people are super quick to cancel somebody immediately, but it really depends on the offense.
I completely disagree. I think people have gotten sensitive, and I think the biggest issue is that people are not really doing their research. They just see a clip on Instagram, which is fucking 60 seconds, or IG stories,
Well,
which
that's out
is
of
15,
context.
15 seconds. Yeah, but with that little bit of information, they make a whole fucking assessment of an individual. Not, I mean, I would love to have a idea, but we've definitely seen it. People that, you know, you'll see a clip and it's taken out of context. I think I was talking to Bianca about this. Like, I was telling her cousin to go check out the Killer Mike show on Netflix, which is really dope.
I caught the first episode.
And she was like, people still fuck with Killer Mike? Like, they was trying to cancel him and this, that. And I remember when people were trying to cancel him, but I never really
For
looked.
what purpose?
I never really looked into it. If I remember vaguely, I think it was probably like a little bit after one of the mass shootings. He was kind of condoning. He was trying to. I think I could be wrong, but I think he was condoning for people to have guns, and it just looked like.
I think I heard something.
Yeah,
like
and I
that.
think it was just a bad time.
Well,
And people try to cancel him for that.
Yeah, that was
But then
dumb,
when you
because-
look at the documentary, it's a social documentary on like black empowerment to a certain extent,
Right.
and like how to better ourselves as black individuals. So I think in that sort of aspect is like, I could imagine the clip that they probably took from, you know, whatever he was saying about guns at that time, 15 seconds, and then people make this whole fucking assessment about who he is as an individual,
Well, you're right.
and then move forward from there. And he was recently on the Breakfast Club, and the funniest shit he said was like, you know, because they asked him about his wife, he was like, yeah, I married a black woman, which most of my critics did not, which I thought was fucking hilarious, because a lot of people that tend to say shit about certain people in certain aspects of, you know, grading how black they are, then they'll make moves which is the total opposite. How many fucking people we seen talking about how black people need to do this, black people need to do that, and then when you see who their significant other is,
Right. All the fucking time.
Nobodies need love too.
What's his name?
Jesse Williams.
Yeah. That was loving.
I mean, look, end of the day, but Killer Mike is black, so that's what that is. But on top of that, it's like, I feel, yes, we do live in a microwave culture where it's like, we see a clip, we take it out of context, and then we go all up in arms. But even when we do get that information, you know what I'm saying, when we get all the information and then we like make a knowledgeable decision whether this is just completely offensive or not, I think there's still a discernment there, whether it's like, this person's completely done, or it's like, all right, based on the circumstances or based on at least the things that I've seen, you know what I'm saying, all right, it's either this person made a mistake, or this was understanding or misunderstanding, or it's just like you've done. You know what I'm saying? Of course, people are gonna get riled up with.
I think it's way
clip out
more
of context.
people that just see that initial clip and just start fucking putting their 3-paragraph essays on Facebook with mad grammatical errors.
That's fair.
So
But,
yeah,
I mean,
there are people that make proper assessments once they get all the information.
Right.
But I think a larger part of the general public is like, oh nah, he wildin'. I seen this little Instagram clip. You seen fam? He was talking crazy.
Right.
And mind you, that was just probably a segment, and it wasn't even from the original source. So God knows how it was chopped up.
Word.
Like that's why anytime I see anything, I question it if it makes me raise an eyebrow. But do I make an assessment at that point? No.
Word. At that point, it's 50-50 whether it's some fuck shit or it's just like, all right, you have to hear the whole thing to understand it.
Yeah. Like
Well, then you just have canceled. That's all.
pretty
You
much.
just canned. Not
Pretty
settled.
much.
Yes.
So to wrap things up.
Have you done anything cancel worthy?
We all have. Next.
I mean, like I said earlier, everybody has
Yes,
done some
Steven.
shit. What?
Yes.
Yeah. We've all done something to like fucking probably
Yeah.
piss somebody off, or there's probably exes that probably don't want nothing to do with me, have ill intentions,
I understand, guys.
shit like that.
I understand.
We don't even want to get into your shit.
How much people have canceled you?
Nobody, because they still on my fucking phone right now.
Ooh, talk that shit. Oh, baby.
They
Yeah,
still on my
but
phone.
no, I ain't even gonna say that.
Shut
you
up,
got
stupid.
it. You
I have
got
no
it.
idea what's going on. I'm just
You got it.
gonna
I ain't even
move
gonna
on from
say
there.
nothing.
But
I'll
real
be
quick,
nice.
I mean, outside of that, like, all right, what happens if one of your faves does something cancel worthy?
My fave's like who?
Name a fave.
I don't want a fucking fave celebrity. I don't give a fuck. Like,
Celebrity,
you're
person,
not
friend.
fucking feeding me.
Yeah.
It don't gotta be celebrities. I think we
Yeah.
get too caught up with the celebrities and the canceling of it. But what if like one of your best friends does something like mad cancel worthy? Like,
Oh,
I
there's
haven't
definitely
canceled
people.
Steven yet. So,
There's
I mean,
definitely
it's
people
been
that I
moments-
don't fuck with.
It's been moments.
But
when I
have
wanted
they
to
done
cancel
anything
Steven.
like really substantial where it's like, yo, you're a really
well, that's
actually
the question.
no,
What
yes,
if?
one person.
What happens if? It's not. I'm not saying. It
Yeah,
has
one
to
person. But I don't do. The most I do is just eliminate communication. Like there's
Right.
nothing.
I think
So that's
Yeah.
a form
we're
of
the
canceling.
same in that part. Like, it's a lot of people, like, during this past week and a half, I've actually seen who they really are. Like, you fuck with me out of convenience. You fuck with me because you want to be attached to me. You want to know my business. And, you
Yeah,
know,
it's like
shit
the
like
most-
that. It's like, you really don't fuck with me in the sense that I thought you did. So, it's just like, cool. I see.
Yeah,
We're
like I
good.
just
like,
don't
one of
communicate.
those. Like,
as opposed
I ain't
to,
gonna,
it's
cool.
harder to a certain extent with Well, I guess it's all circumstantial. With a celebrity, you could just not support whatever they're doing,
Oh,
what
yes,
they
you can
specialize
just
in.
block
As
and
opposed to
cancel,
like people
celebrity.
you have an interaction with, depending on who that individual is, you either just don't communicate with them, or if it's somebody that really relies on you for something, you just don't provide whatever it is that they need. Like for example, you know, if you're in a bad relationship and this person just keeps doing some really foul shit, and you just reach that point where it's like, all right, I'm going to remove myself from this environment so I never have to deal with you ever again.
Right. That's a
So
form,
I mean,
that's a form of cancellation.
yeah, that's probably the most you could do from
Yeah.
that standpoint.
In that point, I've been canceled. If I'm not a stupid bitch, then it's like, you gotta cancel me.
Super bitch. With
I'm
the
not a stupid
powers
bitch, you gotta-
of. No, what?
If I'm not, you know, you gotta cancel me, my nigga. Like, I get it, I understand.
It's over. It's canceled.
Yeah,
it's
your
done.
day coming soon.
Stop, Steven, be nice.
After all that hot shit you was saying, mumbling on the fucking mic,
Be
it's
nice.
gonna get picked up.
Shut up.
Trying to whisper shit.
You so mean to me.
I think we can get to this quick little listener letter.
Yeah, shout out to Sydney. Yeah, because we asked some questions on Instagram and she wanted to, well, we asked for questions.
What do you want to know? Yeah.
Talk more on code switching on a larger scale. Benefits / disadvantages. Is it worth it? And how do you feel when you have to?
Well, I will take this question because I code switch every day at my job. Not to the extent of like it's one day I go in as Vixon and I'm out as Roger or some shit. But I mean, for me, I realized that you know it's a part of my personality. Like you know, I could huckle and chuckle with the best of them, but at the end of the day, is like that's just out of a matter of convenience and just a matter of like comfortability for me. Like for me, I'm mad, cheesy, and punny and corny at work because for me that just gets me through the day. You know what I'm saying? And people know me for that. And for me, that's a part of who I am, but that's not completely who I am. But I just do that for my entertainment because it's just like, sometimes y'all just be talking some mad, corny, wild shit, and I have no energy to laugh. But I'm gonna crack a whack ass pun and laugh at myself, and y'all probably gonna laugh at me, and
There we have it.
there we have it. Now I'm a comedian.
Nice.
So I mean, it really just depends. Like I've been called Oreo my whole life, so it's really that's not like a new narrative. But at the same time, you know, in the sense of code switching, I'm just able to kind of navigate both fields, and at the end of the day, like I'm getting my work done and get a check.
Code switching.
I don't know if I really code switch.
I used to at my other jobs. This job now, I can't necessarily do that because they get offended because they don't understand what I'm saying.
Yikes.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever really had to code switch. I've been, I guess, lucky enough to always work in environments where I am who I fucking am. You either gonna accept it or not. Like, I'm not changing for nobody.
Not even like changing, but it's like I always say I'm not that black girl.
Oh,
I'm a
I really
different
don't
kind
give
of
a.
black girl.
I posted it the other
So
day. Like,
it's like
I
people-
really do not give a fuck.
No, not
what-
that you care, but it's like you're in an environment to where you know people looking at you a certain way, so it's like. how
Yeah,
can
but
I-
they're gonna
can
look
I
at you
explain this?
regardless.
Yeah, but how
But
can
I mean, I guess it's different for you.
it's I'm not that kind of black girl that always hung around other white people and I talk a certain way and I dress a certain way. Like, I'm not androgynous in the way I look and the way I dress.
Hmm.
I'm street in certain sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just my demeanor. I like long hair, I like wigs, I like lashes, like makeup. Like, that's just me. I don't walk around with just lip gloss and fucking mascara on and I'm just like that black girl. That's not me. So people always had questions and always wanted to know, like, how you get your hair like that and how do you do this? So it's like, well, how do I explain this without sounding like that black girl? Why do I feel like you're trying to make me, you know, that
Character trait.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's always been that thing when I worked for those certain kind of brands and companies. That was always it. Now it's like they recognize, like, oh, Nieema got that in her, but I kind of feel like she's trying to be funny, and it's like, no, I'm actually using English when I speak to you, and I want you to understand that I'm not trying to be rude, but like, this is not okay. And they be like, bitch, no.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I battle with it
yeah.
a lot, especially now working in the environment that I work in with the type of clientele that I work with.
Well,
Makes sense.
I'm multifaceted, so for me it's just like I could talk some wild shit like, oh, Maroon 5 or some shit, and then at the same time I could be talking some 2 Chainz shit if I have to.
Yeah, but you're a dude coming to
Oh yeah, right. I have the privilege
all
of a guy.
female type of environment where everyone is like, and then you're the girl that go
Well, I'm
and then
definitely
be like,
not in
hey,
that
how are you?
type of environment.
And it's just they don't
Culture
get it.
shock.
Yeah, it's a culture shock for them. They
Mhm.
don't get it, so they feel like a lot of times I'm being nasty and rude, and it's just like I'm not going to entertain it. Like, I don't know what you. I'm at work.
I mean, let's be real. Like, I talk to my black coworkers way differently than my white coworkers,
Right.
and that's just.
Oh yeah, of
I mean,
course. Yeah.
I mean, that's a level of code switching too, but at the end of the day, it's just like that's just natural for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even think I would even consider that code switching.
No, it's just
You're just a product of your environment,
that's
and you're
exactly
around
what I am.
people that are probably within the similar product of environment.
to where I'm not.
Right.
I'm not at all. So they really don't know how to take me sometimes. Sometimes just being myself.
I
and they
see
feel
why
like,
you do that.
It's like sometimes they feel like I'm being nasty and rude and like mean.
I
It's
see
like I'm not,
100% why you do that
and I'm like I'm not
based
being
on
that
your
way.
work environment.
Right? Yeah, it's like I'm
Because
not
if
being that way at
you-
all.
If you be that urban sort of way,
Right.
then your clientele feels as though they could just
Talk to me
step
how-
to you
Talk to me.
Right.
and
Which way?
abuse
Yeah.
you in
Right.
a certain sort of facet. Like, I definitely remember, like, at a previous employer when, you know, street dudes would come in there and, you know, give them service, and they'll end off the conversation like, good looking, my nigga, and be like, yeah, nah, you don't, we in a professional establishment. Like,
Right.
we outside, you can say whatever the fuck you want.
You
but
say good
in-
looking, my Negro. Let's be honest.
No.
we outside, say whatever the fuck you want. But in here, I have a name tag, like, referred to.
I have a name.
Like, use that.
Name tag.
Yeah,
His
like,
name tag.
nah, we not doing that. But at my current employer, like, I really don't code switch. Like, first of all, we barely even talk to each other based on the
Right.
kind of work we do.
Well-
Everybody's in a messenger system to talk, so.
It translates to the physical space that you're in the sense of your workspace. It depends.
But
on,
now thinking about it, I feel like they may have this grand scheme of, well, not a grand scheme, but this overlooking opinion of who I am, just based off of how I dress and how I carry myself.
that's gonna happen regardless.
Yeah, I'm starting to. I think I picked up on it.
Okay. As long as it doesn't affect your work, fuck it.
Yeah, it doesn't affect my work, but I'm in comparison to the other like black males that work in my office, I'm starting to see why they look and we'll talk about it off air.
Fam, end of the day, you have.
It's not offensive, but it's like funny.
I'm not bothered by it or anything.
Yeah, it's
like
not.
that,
It's
but
nothing offensive, but it's
Right.
like you don't even really know me.
You
like
have
that.
multiple black men to compare to. I am the one. I'm the chosen one. Like I am the one black guy.
But you
So
don't
there's no
come off.
comparison.
But you won't come off the way somebody else will come off.
Oh, absolutely
Yeah.
not.
That's what we're trying to pick up on.
But,
It's different.
But at the end of the day,
Like,
that's
my
just
demeanor-
who I am. You know what I'm saying? It's not, I'm not
definitely.
there to fill in the black typecast that they expect from the outside, whatever. I'm just filling in who I am in my shoes.
But me and you, let's just say you're a man, I'm a woman, of course. But we're both black. We're two different totally type of people. We grew up in two different entirely environments.
Right.
So they'll look at you one way and look at me a different way. They might look at you one way as accepting and look at me as being ghetto. Do you get what I'm saying?
No,
So
get
that's
that.
what I deal
agree.
with when it comes to being in different kind of environments. Like I can't cut off who I am, no matter how proper I try to speak. I still am who I am. You're gonna see that in me. So I have to deal with that constantly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And even in my work environment that I am now, a lot of hood bitches come up in there, so I can relate to them. I know how to talk their lingo, but I ain't do certain shit that y'all did. You know what I'm saying? Because my mother made sure I didn't have to do those things, but I understand it because I grew up around it. But then I also worked in this environment where I was probably the only black girl, or just one of two black girls. And then on top of that, I'm not the same as that black girl.
Right.
So I stand out even more to have to figure out my way and finesse my way in. That's what I'm trying to say.
We're all multifaceted.
I got in that one. I got in that one experience in one time in high school. Like it was even on purpose. I mean, we overtime, but we gonna wrap this up. But yeah, it was even on purpose. Like I remember we was in a group and we was reading something, and homegirl, I think she was from Coney Island. I don't know. She was from one of them areas, but homegirl said she was reading something and she said she read the word wrong, and by instinct I said the word correctly, and she was like mad offended.
What?
She was like mad offended. I forgot what something along the lines of like, oh, you probably from one of them rich white neighborhoods. I was like, we both in public school, like, and I'm mad far from my crib. So what are you saying?
Doppelganger.
Yeah,
That's what she said.
She said,
yeah, it was like
doppelganger. Like some shit.
I
Sorry, it's doppelganger?
I don't know where you getting this vibe from. Like
You mad?
hood niggas fuck with me, smart people fuck with me, regardless of where your background is from. People fuck with me, so I don't carry myself like, oh, I'm from such and such, so I'm better than you.
Right.
People,
Oh, you read books?
like, okay, I don't know, whatever.
Yikes.
I ain't even gonna say that. It's cool.
The end of the day is, code switch or not, you are who you are.
This is true. Fucking lit.
What?
Wait.
Oh,
I
yeah,
wonder
you
where
lit.
she at now.
That's fine.
So again, happy birthday, Nieema.
Right.
Thank you.
Gang.
Gang. Thank you guys for listening. Another episode down the tubes. Shouts to B. She couldn't be here, but she's here in spirit.
Always, gang.
Always. Make sure to leave a review on Apple Podcast or
I'm
just
glad Bianca is around now.
yeah.
Glad Bianca's around
She
now.
getting your ass. Like, I ain't got to say nothing. I
Oh
know
no,
she
nah.
gonna do it.
Shit's switching up.
No. Don't let it switch
I
up,
don't,
B.
I don't.
Oh, good luck.
I take no.
Don't
sides.
let it switch up,
Good-
B.
Good luck.
Stand your ground.
I'm on team me.
Good luck.
I have no idea with that.
Yes, again, shout out
retired.
to Bianca. The website is active, sipodcast.com. Everything is on there, all of our bios, the whole entire team,
Right.
pictures, all that good shit.
Everything.
Latest
Words,
episodes.
Pictures,
I'm
words.
still working on it because I want to make a page to dedicate it to all the guests we ever had, because we had some amazing guests
Amazing.
that's been on the show. Also,
We are out here. Fuck y'all talking about? Sophisticated ignorance. Are y'all fucking crazy?
That's a fact. Talk
Are y'all
that shit.
crazy? Yo, y'all getting me tight. Like, I be out here trying to be humble. Let's not get fucking crazy. Sophisticated ignorance. Alright?